Now, there is one thing I don't like about lectures, and that thing is they have to talk. Okay, so, but this lady here, pushed me to do this, so I'm gonna try and do my best to you in explain my feeling about, a little bit, I'm gonna talk a little bit about tango, as the title of today's lecture is, I forgot, let me read it. The title of today's lecture, so I'm going to talk about tango, and then I'm going to talk about, on my point of view, what a competitor should do in order to become a champion or a good dancer, whatever you want to call it. The title of the lecture is How to Look Competitive with a Basic Routine. You read that? I didn't know there was any other routine than basic. I didn't know there was another routine. So I think that's a silly title there. There is no other routine than basic. So forget that, out of the window. See, I have a lot of things that I have to read to you today. So I'm going to try and do, correct. Talk about this tango thing. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to say to you that I believe that when I see tango dance today, people use too much strength, they work too hard, and nothing happens, on my point of view. So the work that's being done in respect to what's come out is too much work and not enough output. The first thing I want to explain is foot pressure or leg pressure. You know, I heard many times that you have to be stronger and press the floor and create more pressure to the floor. And I believe that that's not possible. Okay, it's not possible. If I put myself on a scale and I weight myself, let's say I am for sure, 84 kilograms. If I decide, and that basically is measured through pressure or not, if I decide to become 120, I can't. I can't get more pressure on the floor. The pressure that is on the floor is basically my weight. Now, can you become lighter? Some people wish to. When they are on the scale, they think, oh, I would like to be 62, but you can't. So the pressure that you apply that goes into the floor is basically your own weight. Can you get more? Yeah, if you eat more. You get more pressure. Doesn't look right, but you will get more pressure. Now, you can feel pressure differently. Okay, for example, if this 84 kilo of pressure that I've got right now on the floor are divided in two legs. So I've got, let's say, how is 84 divided by 42 on the left and 42 on the right. So the pressure is divided. Now I can decide, okay, I'm going to stay in one leg, therefore 84 kilos is in one leg. So I feel there is more pressure on the right foot, but it's actually just my weight. Okay, so I did not increase it, I just diminish the surface that the pressure is landing on. Okay? Now, if you look, if I stand like this, let me go. Somebody died? Did I say already something wrong? Somebody already left. So if I stand like this, I've got 84 kilograms supported by my bones, basically, because my bones are straight. Hello? Okay, so if I bend my leg, I will feel more pressure, but it's actually not more pressure. It's because the weight is not supported anymore by the bones, but it's supported by my muscle. Okay, so you will feel that your leg, if you just stand up, don't stand in front of the camera, stand up and look beautiful as you are. Stand on both legs and that's your kilogram on the floor. Okay? Stand on one leg, and then you feel that the leg that you stand on has got more pressure than when you divide it in two. Then you bend the leg, and you feel that muscle getting stronger or full of blood. Okay? They're supporting your kilograms. Now, try when you go home, that on the scale, and try to make yourself more heavy. And it's not possible. Now, if you do this, for example, you bend this, and then you lift the heel, you feel there is more pressure on the toe. But it's basically your kilograms. They are supported by less surface. Okay, so very simple. Don't try. You can sit now. Thank you very much. Don't try to get more foot pressure because you're wasting your time. Okay? Is that clear? Now I see people, you know, when you do tango, you're basically going from one point to the next, you turn it. I mean, there's so many aspects that we can discuss it, but I would like just to stress one thing. Find out what your job is. For example, I want to do a walk. Okay, find out, stay in balance, thank you. You do a walk. How much energy do I need to do that walk? So how much energy should I apply to do the job? Because I see many people just to take a step or to rotate the body or to turn the head, they just go like this, and it looks like this, they try, like that. They're trying to move the building. They're using so much stress just to move their own body. So I think that is the efficiency of the work is not there. So there is a waste of energy. I remember when I used to dance in Blackpool for there was about 2 years that I felt, well, she doesn't remember, I remember, because I didn't tell her, so she doesn't know. I remember that after one Blackpool, I came off the floor in the tango. I could not, in the middle of the tango, I could not hear anymore the music on my right here. I thought, bloody hell, what's that? That's usual. No, I remember I could not hear anything. So my, how do you say? Udito. Come si dice udito in inglese? Well, my hearing on the right side was gone in the tango. So I asked some people, some friend, about what's happening. So they said, but what are you doing? I said, I'm doing this tango, blah, blah, blah. And I realized I was so strong in my right side, the right arm, that basically all this side, my muscle was on spasm, and they stopped the blood circulation that goes through the ears, and in the middle of the tango I couldn't hear anymore. Do you remember that? So, is that clever? No, it's just waste of energy. Okay, so 2 points, don't waste energy in trying to increase pressure, just find out where you're standing. If you're standing on back leg, straight leg, if you stay on the right, on the left. Second thing, if you try to do something, turn, move, just find out and try to analyze how much energy or stress you need to do this job. Okay? Now, I'm going to say the last thing about tango, and then I'm talking about a completely different thing. Because I think the lecture that Len said yesterday in tango was perfect, so if you want a lot of information, just look at the lecture in the tango. And yesterday I thought it covers so many aspects that is not necessary for me to do that. But I have a thing that I want to share with you. Well, okay, as you heard yesterday, Len, he said that the frame has changed. Okay, and I believe that I keep my frame as wide as I can. So I don't like that feeling when the right arm is like this. I like the feeling of having as big as possible frame. They accommodate, of course, to my partner. We have to find the right connection. But the frame, for sure, is the right side is very big when you dance tango these days. It's not, you don't get this frame as it used to be. Okay? Any step in tango I guess you know the other dances as well, have a rotation. Okay, so if we have a rotation, we have a force that we will get. Okay, so when we turn, we will have a centrifugal force. Okay, we can turn very slowly or we can turn very fast. Okay, but the centrifugal force is a force that tries to separate in dancing two bodies. So it's first the pull the man away from the lady or the lady away from the man. So you get this force that tries to separate the two persons. Now, if you don't have the correct connection, and I'm talking, of course, body connection, but I'm also talking, I'm referring very much to the hands connection and the elbow connection to the lady. If you don't have a good connection, you cannot support a centrifugal force. Let me explain. If my turn is very fast, I'm doing a step and I'm turning fast, let's say that I create a centrifugal force of, force is measured in kilograms. No. So I create a centrifugal force of 30 kilograms, let's say, to make it simple. Okay? When I create this centrifugal force of 30 kilograms, if the hands will not receive the 30 kilograms, we will separate. Yeah, you get, one is there and the other one is there. Solution is, first, don't do so much turn. So don't be as fast. Well, I don't think that's a good solution. Or keep the two bodies together through a connection, which is where you're touching each other. Okay? You could have this, that, any position that you like at the moment. Okay? But I think the hands are part of the tango today and other dances, on my point of view. But you don't create movement from the hand. You do the rotation that will create the centrifugal force. The two hands will keep you together. Okay? But you will get this stress, squeezing hand, or as I told you before, I could not hear, I was so strong, even when there is no rotation. Let's say I'm doing a step in promenade, here there is not a lot of rotation, but you get people tight. That is not necessary. So that is, again, a waste of energy. Okay, so you have to be careful how much energy, again, I'll say again because I think that's the main mistake of tango, how much energy you're putting in. Okay. So if there is a rotation, the hand should keep you together. You don't move with the hand, your partner. Okay? So, now, I'm going to change the subject now. Saying that, I want to dance, and I'm going to take a dance lesson. So I'm going to my teacher, and this person is trying to help me. So he gives me all this information. Okay? And then it could be anything. Posture, frame, leg, blah, 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 blah. You got, this week, a lot of information. Now, when you go back home, you go and practice, and you're trying to get this working. So what is the most, in tango, I'm going to say it like that, what is the muscle that work most when you dance? Which kind of muscle are you going to use to produce this tango? Which one is the muscle more under stress when you do this? You ever ask yourself, I'm going to do this, where I'm going to feel tired, mainly? The brain. That's the only muscle that should be under stress. Now, I think many people forget that. Brain should be kept under stress because your knowledge is in there. Your teacher is teaching you, and is teaching your brain, not your body. No? I heard that, is a common expression. They say, okay, we got muscle memory. Well, I never see anybody in coma. If I play a waltz, start dancing. I've never seen that. So there is no muscle memory. If you put the waltz, my leg does not start dancing. So the only, you've got memory in your brain, but there's no muscle memory. So you will get the feeling, of course, you understand the feeling in your own body, but it's all in the brain. Many people forget to get the brain under stress, and they just get the body under stress. Okay? And that cannot last, because we're all getting old, and you see young people get the energy to do it, and then as soon as they get a little bit older, they can't do it anymore. Because it's done just through brutal strength, which is, I was very good about it. I was pretty good, but if you do it through knowledge, you probably succeed much more. Now, I have a little, how do you say, disagreement. I have a little disagreement. People tend to say that to become a champion, to become a good dancer, you need talent. I disagree, completely. Completely disagree. So I don't think talent will make you anything. And I will explain. I've got a nice list of things there to make myself clear. But I remember I was teaching in Japan, one of my first trips in Japan, and Brian Watson was doing this lecture in Jive, and one stood up and said to him, Mr. Watson, Mr. Watson, but, how can we do this? You're very natural, you're very talented. So Brian looked at this guy and said, come with me. So he took him to the window, opened the curtain, and said, look down in the street. So these guys look. Is anybody doing the jive there? So that's not natural. There's nobody doing the jive in the street, so nothing is natural here. Okay, so there is no natural, it's just knowledge and understanding of what you have to do. Okay? That if, when you understand it, and you produce that, if that will become a natural way of dancing, of expressing yourself, well, that's the different thing. But there's nothing natural. Okay? So, you all dancer, if you know here, if the only possibility to become a good dancer is hide in the word talent, you must have all talent here. You've got talent. Everybody that dances has got talent. Well, I'm going to read you something from a little book here that I've got. I like to read, not, how do you say, romance, but I like to read things that stimulate the brain. Okay. Oh, this is English reading. Let me see. Proper. People often associate great achievement with a number of things: luck, timing, circumstance, or natural talent. The secret to a person's success often appear to be an elusive quality. The University of Chicago did a 5-year study of leading artists, athletes, and scholars to determine what made them successful. Conducted by Dr. Benjamin Bloom, the research was based on anonymous interviews with the top 20 performed in various fields. Included were a variety of professionals, such as concert pianist, Olympic swimmer, tennis player, sculptor, mathematician, and neurologist. Maybe we can put dancer as well if you want, but it wasn't there. Anyway. Bloom and his team of research, how do you read this? Proved, Mr. Hilton? Mr. Hilton? Probed for clue. So we're looking for some clue. Why? As how this high achiever developed. Why this achieved such a thing? For more complete picture, they also interviewed their family and teachers. So they interview everybody. The report state consecutively that drive, determination, and desire, not great natural talent, led to the extraordinary success of this individual. I'll read it again. The report states consecutively that drive, determination, and desire, not great natural talent, led to extraordinary success of this individual. So nothing to do with talent. Now, if you decide that talent is a series of things, okay, well, let's start it now. One important thing, let's say the talent is a big box. Okay? Let's put something in the box now.